Hello and welcome. I've got a quick one for you today. I'm going to be having a go at the first round of the FMWC Brazil competition. This actually happened maybe a month or so back, I think, a little while back anyway. Um, but Klinsman just recently made an English translation of it, and I was helping him with kind of fine-tuning the wording of it. So I've just finished doing that, and now I'm going to have a go at the case. Obviously, this is not a sight unseen attempt, but I'll try to give you a quick explanation as I go and try to make it relatively zippy. So the idea is we've got Easter egg delivery dogs. And so the first few sections are just about the sort of codes for the dogs. So we've got different species of dog, each with a different code, different types of chocolate that they carry, each with a different code, and then they each carry a different number of eggs. So like this is a Dalmatian carrying 5 caramel chocolates, and this is a Chihuahua carrying 8 Belgian chocolates, and so on. So the first few levels are just about extracting pieces of that, like how many are they carrying, what species is it, translate the code back into a species. Um, then create the code given the inputs, and then the rest of the levels are to do with this map, um, which has the jazzy FMWC and Brazil flag here. And so basically each square on the map has a number, which is the number of eggs you can collect in that square, and it has a color which corresponds to different types of terrain: forest, grass, sand, water, and bridge. I think that's kind of all we need by way of introduction, so I'm going to hit start on my timer and let's go. So first thing I'm going to do is just name these. So make this a table. I'll call this DG for dog, and I'll make this a table, and I'll call this CH for chocolate. Okay, I'll do the regular questions first. So this is just write this times 1. Oh, I think I seem to have broken the connection. Let me just pause and fix that. Okay, so I hadn't actually broken it, but something else going on here, which is that the answers here are obviously looking for text, which I guess when it's going to be uploaded through this code doesn't really matter, but that's something to watch out for. So I'm just going to mark this to remind myself to fix that later. Okay, then what species of dog is represented in each code? So again, we're just looking up the left-hand side here. So we're going to XLOOKUP left. They're all 2 letters. In I think I called it DG, yes. Why is it not giving me the table column names? That's annoying. Species, sorry, code, returning from DG species. I don't know why it's not auto-completing. I wonder if this is going to throw an error. It is. What's going on? That's weird. Maybe the name didn't stick for some reason. Let's park that for a second, come up here. Oh yeah, it did not. Oh, what is going on here? Ugh. Okay, so I must have named the range instead of naming the table. Fine. Stupid, but no big deal. Easily fixed. DG and CH. Oops. Alright, so that's slightly annoying, but fine. Now this should work. As long as I spelled it right. Yes. Okay. Level 3, we've got to combine. So here we're going to XLOOKUP this in DG species returning from DG code. Then we need a dash. Then we need to XLOOKUP this in CH type returning from CH code. No, go away. Returning from CH code, and then add on the number. All good. Okay, level 4. What type of terrain is at the given location on the map sheet? So on F6 we want to show grass. So to do this we got to translate the colors. I'm going to resist the urge to use my macro for this one, even though I do use it a lot. So let's see, our light green is grass, and that's what most of it is. So I'll just fill that in first. And then we can change the other bits. Kind of tempted to do this one manually since it's somewhat regular, but that yellow one I'll probably, the yellow and the dark green I'll want to do a find and replace. Okay, so then we got bridge here across the middle. And for the yellow and the dark green, I think I'm going to go. So this is that color, okay, and this is that color, okay. So this is sand. So I'm going to select all of this. Find by format, yellow, okay, and rid of the text and replace with sand. And then format again. And I think it was this one. And that one was called forest, I think. Okay. Actually, yeah, it's going to be easier to have this on a separate map. So just have MC for map color. And it starts in B2. So we'll cut that and put it over here in B2. So then we're just going to have indirect MC exclamation mark and this. Nope, wrong. Huh. So Y6 is not grass, is that right? Let's go Y6. That is indeed not grass, that should be forest. What's... Oh, sorry, it's not in B2, it's in B3. Whoops. Silly, that would have cost me if I didn't have the auto check turned on here. Alright, level 5. Find the value in the cell next to the given location on the map sheet, either left or right. So in other words, go to C4 and then go to the left or right. So this we can do this with offset, indirect, and sorry, we need to go map, exclamation mark, and this. And then we're going to offset, the number of rows will be 0, the number of columns will be if this equals left, then we're going to go -1, otherwise 1. Okay, level 6, collection area. Find the total number of eggs in the 3x3 square centered on the given location. So we can do this with a pretty similar trick. Say sum of offset from indirect of map and this. So we're going to offset, we're going to go back 1 row, back 1 column, and then we're going to have a 3x3, so height and width will both be 3, and we just sum that up, and that is fine. And then finally, level 7, each dog starts with a certain number of eggs. So here we've got a dog code here, so this dog starts with 9 eggs, and then they can pick up eggs in the 3x3 square around the location that they're in, except for where the terrain type is forest. So I think what we're going to do is just sumifs offset. Let me just grab this formula from up here actually, because it's mostly the same as this. So we want sumifs of, so this gives me the 3x3 square around that location on map, and I want that where, oops, where the 3x3 square around that location on MC is not the out-of-bound terrain. And that gives me 27, which I think is, let's see, 3x3 square contains 31 eggs. 4 of those are out of bounds, so they can collect 27. Good. So there's that plus the right of this. That gives me 36. And then I have to compare that to the limit based on the chocolate type. So the idea is they start off with 9 eggs, they can collect another 27, gets to 36. But in level 7, there's a limit according to the chocolate type, which is up in the table here. So for each chocolate type, there's a limit on how many you can carry. And so if you're over that limit, then you have to drop some. So it's going to be this minus, to get that limit, we're going to XLOOKUP. I want the 4th character here, which is the chocolate code. So mid of this for 1 in CH code, returning from CH limit. So that gives me that, and then I just need the max of that and 0, because if I'm below the limit, then I don't need to discard anything, so I should not go negative. And then we can just take all of that and put it over here and copy it down. Okay, bonus question time. With the most time any one species appears in the codes for games 11 to 30. Could almost do this by hand, but let's say max. countifs this range by DG species. Okay, notice the total number of eggs in columns FMWC Brazil. On the map sheet, you should assume there's one egg for column A, which is outside the map for this question only. Okay, so it's going to be the sum of 1 for A, and then FMWC I've done A, S, I, and L. Okay, for games 71 to 90, how many times is the answer 4? So that can just be a countifs on 71 to 90, which is here. Okay, what is the total number of eggs in the grass terrain? So let's say some ifs. This, where this is grass. And finally, what is the largest number of eggs in any 3x3 area? I think the easiest way to do this is just, I'm just going to take the format so I have the size. No, I don't even need the format, just column widths. So just do that, and then Control Enter will calculate that for every one of those, and then we just take the max of those. Oh, yes, yes, yes. This has become wrong now because I put something else in those columns. So let's move that out of the way. And then let's take the max of that. Okay, and that is everything, 1250. So I think if you had done the qualifier round for this one, then it did a pretty good job of signaling all the kinds of things you were going to need for this, like the indirect trick and the offset trick and map coloring and all that kind of thing. So hopefully people found this one pretty approachable. But anyway, that's what I got for today. Back soon. See you next time.